There's a quiet thrill in holding a piece of history in your hand, a reminder of the stories, struggles, and triumphs of a bygone era. Today's discussion starts with a coin that may seem modest at first glance, yet carries with it decades of history and intrigue. The 1967 U.S. One penny has a narrative that goes well beyond its humble appearance, and its journey from minting to modern-day auctions reveals why collectors continue to cherish it. The story of the 1967 penny begins in a time of change. In the mid-60s, America was in the midst of transformation, and even the coins that passed through everyday hands had to keep pace with shifting demands. Minted during an era when coin production was transitioning to more modern methods, the 1967 penny holds a unique place in U.S. numismatic history. While many coins of its era were produced in large quantities, certain minting variations and production nuances set this particular year apart. It was a period when economic adjustments led the U.S. Mint to experiment with production techniques, and for collectors, these subtleties provide a fascinating glimpse into the evolution of coin manufacturing. One of the first aspects that captivates collectors is the detailed craftsmanship of the coin. Despite its small size, the 1967 penny exhibits a level of detail that speaks to the skilled engravers behind its design. Look closely at the portrait of President Lincoln. Even minor differences in the facial features or the positioning of the text can indicate subtle shifts in the die used during production. It wasn't merely about mass production. The process was an art, a balance between efficiency and a commitment to preserving tradition. For collectors with an eye for detail, identifying these minute differences becomes an engaging puzzle. In terms of rarity, the 1967 penny presents an intriguing case. While pennies are among the most common coins in circulation, collectors have identified specific varieties within the 1967 issue that are considerably harder to come by. Some variations, such as those with slightly off-center strikes or die variations that only affected a small percentage of the total production, have caught the attention of experienced numismatists. These rarer specimens can command significant premiums in auctions. Auction records have shown that a well-preserved example, particularly one in pristine mint condition, can fetch several times the typical face value. This isn't just about sentimental value. It's a tangible investment that reflects both historical importance and the coin's scarcity. Another layer of fascination with the 1967 penny comes from its condition-based value variations. Coins that have been preserved in mint state, meaning they've never been circulated and still exhibit the fresh luster of their production, are highly prized. A 1967 penny in mint state might show off the original sharpness of the design and the crisp edges that collectors look for. On the other hand, those that have been in circulation, even if they're still in relatively good condition, will naturally show wear and a degree of patina that can diminish their auction value. However, this wear is not without its own charm. Circulated examples carry the history of everyday use, the subtle scars of time that tell their own story. For many collectors, there is beauty in both extremes, with each condition offering a different narrative and level of appreciation. Auction records for the 1967 penny have steadily grown more impressive as interest in mid-20th century U.S. coinage has surged. In recent years, select specimens have broken previous auction records, drawing attention not only from seasoned collectors but also from investors eyeing a stable asset with historical significance. The records often reflect a dual narrative, the intrinsic beauty of the coin combined with the emotional resonance of a particular period in American history. The most coveted examples, typically those with minimal wear and the rare die errors, serve as benchmark pieces in many private collections and museums alike. Anecdotes and historical tidbits add another layer to the allure of the 1967 penny. There are stories from collectors who have unearthed these coins in the most unexpected places: a dusty drawer at a family estate, a forgotten corner of an old coin album, or even during renovations of an historic building. One particularly memorable account involves a collector who, while cleaning out an attic, discovered a small box filled with 1967 pennies, each in varying conditions. The find not only provided a delightful trip down memory lane, but also sparked a renewed interest in researching the coin's production variations. Such stories remind us that every coin carries a personal history, one that can be as compelling as the broader historical narrative of its time, beyond the inherent beauty and rarity of the coin. Its value is also intertwined with its broader economic context. The 1967 penny was minted during a period when the U.S. economy was experiencing shifts that would eventually lead to changes in coin composition and design in subsequent years. This transitional period adds an extra dimension of interest for collectors who appreciate coins as reflections of their time. The subtle differences between coins minted in different years are not just technical details, they're windows into the economic and technological adjustments that shape the production process. Owning a 1967 penny means holding a fragment of that evolving story, one that speaks to the balance between tradition and progress. For seasoned collectors, the thrill often lies in the hunt. The challenge of identifying a rare specimen amid a sea of similar coins. The 1967 penny, with its various mint marks and production nuances, offers a rewarding puzzle for those in the know. Whether you're examining the coin under magnification or comparing it to certified images in a trusted numismatic guide, every detail matters. The unique characteristics, from the subtle indentations to the specific texture of the surface, contribute to its overall appeal. This level of detail underscores the commitment of collectors who spend countless hours scrutinizing every coin, driven by a passion for preserving history and uncovering the extraordinary in the ordinary. The market for the 1967 U.S. one penny has evolved significantly over the years. In times of economic uncertainty, tangible assets like rare coins often experience heightened demand. Collectors recognize that while paper assets may be volatile, physical coins have a timeless quality, serving as both an investment and a piece of art. The auction scene reflects this sentiment, with competitive bids and enthusiastic participation from collectors around the globe. Whether sold at high-profile auction houses or through reputable online platforms, the 1967 penny continues to prove its worth. Reinforcing its status as a gem among U.S. coinage. As we consider the myriad factors that make the 1967 penny so captivating, it becomes clear that this coin is more than just a piece of metal. It is a storyteller, a tangible connection to an era defined by its transitions and innovations. Every coin carries with it a legacy, a blend of artistic skill, historical significance, and the unpredictable twist of its journey from the mint to the collector's hand. For those who have devoted time to studying coins and their histories, the 1967 penny represents an ongoing conversation about what it means to preserve and celebrate our shared past. This exploration of the 1967 U.S. one penny brings us to a natural pause before shifting our focus to the next fascinating chapter in today's narrative. The next coin, another variant from a similar time period, continues the legacy of rare U.S. coinage with its own unique attributes and historical nuances. Stay tuned as we transition seamlessly into the story of our next featured coin, uncovering more details, insights, and the ever-enchanting charm that defines these small yet significant pieces of history. The journey continues with the 1968 U.S. one penny, a coin that, while similar in many respects to its 1967 predecessor, boasts its own distinct character and charm. The 1968 penny was produced during a period of gradual transition in minting practices, and collectors find that this coin not only reflects the technological advancements of the era but also captures the cultural nuances of its time. Minted at a time when the United States was steadily modernizing its production methods, the 1968 penny carries the imprint of an evolving nation. In the midst of rapid social and economic changes, the coin's design remained a tribute to a storied past while also hinting at the innovations to come. The portrait of President Lincoln on the coin is rendered with a precision that echoes the craftsmanship of earlier eras, yet subtle shifts in the die and engraving techniques give the 1968 penny a fresh, modern twist. For collectors who are familiar with the series, these nuances can mean the difference between a standard issue and a piece of real numismatic rarity. One of the aspects that makes the 1968 penny particularly intriguing is the range of identifiable features that set it apart from other years. Detailed inspection reveals slight variations in the lettering and the overall balance of the design, elements that often result from minor adjustments during the minting process. These details may seem insignificant at first, but for experienced collectors, they represent critical identifiers. Certain mint marks and production variations are known to produce coins that are considerably rarer than the standard issue. For example, some specimens exhibit an off-center strike or subtle differences in the Lincoln portrait that hint at a less common die iteration, details that can elevate the coin's status in a collection significantly. Auction records have demonstrated that well-preserved 1968 pennies can command impressive sums, particularly when they exhibit these rarer minting errors. Collectors have seen coins in near-perfect mint state fetch a premium, often several times their face value. The competitive nature of coin auctions means that even a slight deviation from the norm can spark bidding wars among seasoned numismatists. As the market for mid-century coinage continues to mature, the 1968 penny stands as a testament to the enduring appeal of historical artifacts that offer both aesthetic pleasure and tangible investment potential. The condition of a 1968 penny is paramount to its value and allure. Coins that have remained in mint state, untouched by the passage of time, are especially prized. In pristine condition, the intricate details of the Lincoln portrait and the fine lines of the inscriptions remain crisp and clear, reflecting the coin's original luster. Conversely, pennies that have been circulated offer their own narrative. The subtle wear and patina they develop over time can diminish their auction value, but simultaneously add a layer of historical authenticity. Each mark of circulation is a small chapter in the coin's life story, resonating with collectors who appreciate a well-traveled piece as much as one that has been perfectly preserved, beyond the technicalities of minting and condition. The 1968 penny is steeped in fascinating anecdotes and historical tidbits that enhance its mystique. Many collectors recall the excitement of discovering these coins in unexpected places, a forgotten box in a relative's attic, or even a dusty corner of a local antique shop. One memorable tale comes from an avid collector who recounted finding a rare, uncirculated 1968 penny in a charity sale. The coin not only served as a nostalgic reminder of a simpler time, but also as a valuable addition to an already impressive collection, sparking conversations about the coin's history in the broader context of U.S. minting practices in the late 1960s. The production of the 1968 penny coincided with a period of innovation at the U.S. Mint, where efforts to improve efficiency and quality were beginning to pay off. This period saw experimentation with new alloys and striking techniques, which sometimes led to slight inconsistencies in the final product. For collectors, these inconsistencies are not flaws but fascinating markers of the coin's place in a transitional era. They represent a bridge between the artistry of traditional minting and the streamlined methods of modern production. The subtle differences that arise from this transitional phase make each coin a unique artifact, a small piece of history that embodies the tension between old-world craftsmanship and modern efficiency. As market trends continue to evolve, the 1968 penny has increasingly attracted attention not only for its intrinsic beauty but also for its role as a reliable investment. With economic uncertainties often prompting a search for stable, tangible assets, rare coins like this one offer an attractive proposition. Collectors who invest in such coins are often drawn by the dual promise of aesthetic enjoyment and long-term value appreciation. Auction houses and online platforms have noted a consistent uptick in bids for high-grade examples of the 1968 penny, reinforcing its status as a cornerstone in many carefully curated collections. Moreover, the interplay between rarity and condition cannot be overstated when discussing the 1968 penny. Coins in near-perfect condition are scarce, and their limited availability only adds to their desirability. Even slight deviations in condition, whether due to natural wear or minor handling, can lead to significant differences in market value. For instance, a 1968 penny that retains all its original mint luster, with minimal blemishes, is not only a visual delight but also a coveted specimen among collectors. Meanwhile, circulated coins, while less valuable in a traditional sense, tell a story of everyday life and the passage of time that many enthusiasts find equally compelling. Collectors have also noted that the 1968 penny is a coin that bridges generations. Its enduring design, coupled with the technological innovations of its time, makes it a versatile piece that appeals both to those who have been collecting for decades and to newer enthusiasts looking to diversify their portfolios. The coin's relative affordability, when compared to other rare pieces combined with its rich historical background, provides an accessible entry point for those eager to delve deeper into the world of U.S. numismatics. This broad appeal is part of what has made the 1968 penny a mainstay in auctions and private collections alike. Adding to its allure are the stories that have emerged from the coin's varied journey over the decades. Collectors often speak of the excitement that comes from identifying a subtle mint error or discovering a coin that has been remarkably well preserved despite decades of circulation. These narratives contribute to a larger tapestry of historical and personal significance, where each coin represents not just monetary value, but a living connection to the past. It is this blend of history, art, and chance that continues to fuel the passion of collectors around the world. The value of the 1968 penny, much like that of any collectible coin, is shaped by a confluence of factors. from its mintage and minting quirks to its overall condition and the stories it carries. For those who have dedicated years to the pursuit of numismatic excellence, every 1968 penny is a microcosm of American history, a small yet potent symbol of innovation, change, and continuity. Whether viewed as an investment, a collectible, or simply a fascinating piece of art, this coin continues to captivate those who understand that sometimes the most unassuming items can harbor the richest tales. In wrapping up the exploration of the 1968 U.S. 1 penny, it's clear that this coin stands as a dynamic counterpart to its 1967 sibling. It captures a moment in time when tradition met progress, and its subtle variations tell stories that are as much about the evolution of the U.S. Mint as they are about the broader cultural shifts of the era. For collectors, the 1968 penny is not merely a piece of currency, it is a cherished memento that bridges generations, encapsulating both the artistry of its time and the enduring allure of historical rarity. Having journeyed through the intricate details and fascinating narratives of both coins, it's evident that every rare penny carries a legacy worth preserving. Each coin serves as a conversation piece, a tangible link to a rich past that continues to influence the world of collectibles. Whether you are adding a pristine specimen to your collection or marveling at the subtle imperfections that speak to a coin's life story, both the 1967 and 1968 U.S. 1 pennies remind us that history is often hidden in the smallest details, waiting to be discovered by those with the passion to look closely.